this is honestly the cheapest you will ever be able to build one of these. All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thanks for tuning in yet again for another video. After reading some of the comments from the last video, a couple of the viewers expressed that maybe the first version of the portal box that I showed you how to build was not as cost effective as I would have hoped it would have been for you. This one is actually really cool. We're going to be using this one a lot on upcoming investigations. It is super portable. You don't have to worry about any plugs. Like the last one, you would need plugs, outlets for the box, the amp, and for the guitar pedals. Or this setup, you won't need any of that. You just need 9-volt batteries, and that's it. So, with that said, let's dive down. I'll show you the details of everything, how to set it up, and I'll tell you where you can get this stuff for yourself. All right, so first things first, what you're gonna need before you even think about buying a portal box or the stuff to make one, you're gonna need an SB7 or an SB11. So we'll get that out of the way for now. And next, what makes this really cool is normally with a lot of these you would see a big bulky battery sled in the back that takes like 6 to 9 AA batteries. This just takes 9 volts, 2 of them for the pedals, 1 in each, and then 1 in the back of the amplifier. And the way this works is we have our noise gate that we mounted to the side here, and these cool little pouches that have been anchored with Velcro to the pedals themselves, and this is a pouch for your 9-volt battery. And that just plugs right into the 9-volt, slips back into this pouch, and then that just plugs right into the top of your noise gate. And the same goes for this side with the reverb pedal. And I'll explain why having both of these pedals working in unison is important, and I will show you why it is important for them to be working, so you can hear it for yourself. All right, so once you have these mounted like that, so we got our battery pouches on this one on this side, we got this one mounted here on that side, super clean setup, not a bunch of wires and crap everywhere. So we're gonna take our 1/4 inch cables. These are just standard 90-degree 1/4 inch guitar pedal cables. And the way this works is we're gonna take, all right, so we got our cable that goes into the out port of the noise gate, and then that's just going to plug directly into the in port of the reverb. Slides in just like that, easy peasy, boom. All right, and then we're going to flip it around, and then our second cable, same size, same cable. Again, you can get all this stuff in the description. There will be links for all this stuff, and you can just add it straight to your Amazon cart and check out, and it's as easy as that. You don't have to go scouring the internet for any of the stuff. I'll have links directly to it all for you. So this cable goes straight into the out post of the reverb, and then from there it plugs directly into your input. Now, depending on which amplifier you get, it might be on top, might be on the side here somewhere, but most of the time they're going to be right on top. And then we have our PSB7, or if you choose to use an SB11, choice is up to you. But what you're going to need is a cable that looks like this. We have a 3.5 millimeter auxiliary jack on this end, and then another 1/4 inch cable on this end. And from here, this side goes into the input of the noise gate, just like that. And then it plugs directly into the out or the headphone jack of our SB11. I mean, it doesn't get much more clean than that. And then what I'll probably end up doing is getting a little pouch for this and then mounting it somewhere to the back of the portal box to where I can just kind of have it sitting in there, something like that. That way it's easily accessible and removable, and I'm not having to hold the SB7 the entire time. All right, so you're probably wondering how this bad boy sounds, right? Honest, fair question. I would also like to know. So let's turn it on. So you got your power switches on the bottom, and you'll know they're on, obviously, by if the lights are functioning. As you can see, lit up, flip our amp on, turn our spirit box on, and we're gonna sweep it like 250, okay? Sweeping at 250. As you can tell, this thing's loud. It's got, I mean, it's only at like 10% volume right now. And the best way of going about this is to kind of adjust your noise gate switch. This is the tolerance switch or the threshold switch or knob. And you're going to want to adjust this until you hardly hear any white noise coming through. I mean, you'll still get some, but not as much as without it. So you'll just kind of want to fine tune depending on the tolerance of your pedal, whichever pedal you went with. Also has some to do with the tone and drive in the amp. And then I usually keep my reverb at about 75%. It's kind of hard to tell on here, but you can kind of see it's at around 75% overall effect. So right now is the time you would open up a session to communicate. If there's anybody in the room with me right now, do you want to say something? Maybe tell me what your name is. Or say hello. George? What do you think about this new machine I built? I say, woo! And then you can adjust, depending on your pedal, you can adjust how high you want your reverb to go. And the reverb, the way this works, so without the portal box setup, I'm sure 95% of you, if not more, have heard what this sounds like without it. It's that super annoying sound, right? So the way this works is the audio coming out of this goes into our noise gate, right? And our noise gate is what cleans up that white noise and limits the white noise. And from there, it goes through here into the reverb pedal, and from the reverb pedal into the amplifier to project the sound. And the purpose of the reverb pedal is to make those words last, a few seconds, depending on how high you have it set up. Or you can crank it all the way down and not use it at all. But you will need to power it on. If you plan on bypassing this, you will still need to power it on to complete that circuit. But the reverb helps stretch those words. So if a fast word comes through, it kind of, prolongs it and makes it easier for our ears to understand what was said. So yeah, I mean, $100, 170 if you need to buy a spirit box. This is honestly the cheapest you will ever be able to build one of these. If you go online, there's some of these guys online that are selling ones like this without components that are actually, good quality. And they're selling them for $400, $450 with the $70 PSB7. So I think 170 from the ground up, if you have to buy literally everything, you're not going to get a much better deal than that. If you don't feel comfortable doing this yourself, even after this instructional video, you can message me through our website, www, I think that was too many W's, www.hauntedutah.org. Send me an email and I will build one for you. And no, I'm not going to charge you $400 to $800. With that said, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully this helps some of you guys. If you would please give us a subscribe, hit the thumbs up button on the video. Check out some of our other videos. We have this video right here that you can click on that is for the much larger version of this, which is good for larger spaces. But it doesn't get much better than this for on-the-go investigations because it is 100% portable and you are not stuck to one location with a wall outlet. So take care, guys. Thanks. Appreciate you.